You want to improve faster, but you don't know how to train alone. You've probably heard a million times that football is a team sport. And yes, that's 100% true. You need to understand positioning, movement off the ball, how to play with teammates, all of that. You need to play with others. But the players who truly stand out are the ones who also know how to train alone. Every player you admire, Cristiano, Neymar, or Maradona, they all had one thing in common. They trained on their own, constantly. They made their weaknesses their strengths, and they used solo training as the secret weapon to get ahead of everyone else. So this video is not just for people who are isolated or don't have a team. It's for the serious players who want to take responsibility for their development. Because if you learn how to train alone the right way, you'll improve way faster than your teammates. And every time you step into team training or a match, people will notice. So this is how you actually train alone and improve faster than anyone else. So first of all, before you even start training, you need a plan. Grab a piece of paper, or even better, a weekly planner, and write down your full schedule. Mark the days you already have team training, because the first mistake players make when they start individual work is not understanding the concept of recovery. Overtraining will not make you better. It'll make you slower, stiffer, and more injury prone, so you have to think smart. Let's say you train with your team 3 times a week. That means you have 3 more days where you can work on yourself, and that's exactly when you can train alone. Now, these individual sessions should be focused. These are the days where you rebuild your weak foot, improve your dribbling instincts, improve your first touch, and build that body-brain connection with the ball. And don't forget the most important day, your rest day. 1 full day every week, minimum, where you allow your body and mind to recharge. No hard sessions, no pickup games, just watching a match, maybe some myofascial release, or walking in nature. We will go through it later. Rest is not lazy. Rest is part of high performance. So build your week like this. For example, 3 days team training, 3 days focused individual work, 1 full rest day, and just from there, you'll start noticing something. Now, your weekly sessions should always focus on the core technical pillars of a footballer: instinct, first touch, passing, and finishing. If you train alone and don't consistently work on these areas, you're not progressing. That's the harsh truth. Stick around till the end, because I'll give you the full routine you can follow every week. But right now, let's talk about the first and most important part: instinct. Instinct is what makes the difference between an average player and a top-level footballer. See, football is an insanely fast-paced game. Things happen in seconds, defenders close in, teammates make runs, the ball bounces unexpectedly. Your mind can't process all of it fast enough through conscious thinking. You simply don't have time to think. You either react or you lose the moment. If you try to calculate every move, by the time you decide, it's already too late. And this is what happens when your instinct is underdeveloped. You become predictable, hesitant, easy to read. So how do we fix this? We train the instinct directly, every single individual session. And the way we do that is by starting with a process I call instinct activation. But before we activate the instinct, we first need to activate the body. Because if your body is not warmed up, your instinct won't come out either. So we start with 15 to 20 minutes of slow, intentional ball mastery. Here's the structure. Start with 5 minutes of inside touches, then 5 of outside touches, and then 5 of sole rolls. Lastly, add 5 more minutes of your choice. Could be toe taps, inside sole rolls, or weak foot variations. All of this should be done slow and controlled. Not like a robot, but with feel, with rhythm. Every touch should be intentional. This is our first step to connect with the ball and feel it. Once you've activated your body, we go into the instinct block. We start with the shadow dribbling method, and you'll do this for at least 20 minutes. What is shadow dribbling? You take a ball, get into a space, and start dribbling, but not with cones, not with a plan. You let your creativity take over. You imagine defenders closing in on you. You visualize real match pressure, and you just react. You dodge, you feint, you explode, you change direction, all without pre-planning. You let your body and subconscious decide in real time. That's how instinct works. But I get it. Not everyone has good instincts. Most players didn't grow up playing street football or futsal 5 hours a day. So for many of you, this will feel unnatural at first. That's why before jumping into full instinct dribbling, we follow our 3-step skill installation process. Step 1, choose one skill that fits your style and position. Let's say a step over. Do it slowly, statically. Watch pros do it. Rewind their clips and break it down. Practice until you understand how the weight shifts, how the ankle turns, how the hips fake. Feel the movement. Don't just copy it. Step 2. Once you've got the movement down, start doing it in motion. Begin slowly. Jog while doing it, then increase the pace. Now add a change of direction. Then do it at sprint speed. The idea is to layer control and speed gradually. Step 3. Go into free shadow dribbling. But this time, your step over, or whichever skill you chose, is in your pocket. You let it come out naturally. You dribble, and when the body decides to do it, boom, the skill just goes. That's instinct. And every week you do the same process with another skill. Maybe La Croqueta next week. Maybe a simple fake shot. Repeat this cycle over and over, one skill at a time. Learn it, master it, embed it into your instinct. And that's why you must install your instinct manually in your individual training. Now, we also have a variation that you can include in your instinct training, and it's something we call the combo flow. Here's how it works. You start by juggling the ball. Simple, relaxed touches. Then when you feel ready, you kick the ball high into the air. Not crazy high, but enough to force a reset. As the ball comes down, you control it cleanly, preferably with your weak foot, and immediately transition into free flow shadow dribbling. Do this for 20 minutes, but remember, this isn't about pushing to exhaustion. Every exercise we do here follows the rest principle. When you feel tired, stop, walk it off, breathe, reset. There is no time restriction on rest because we want maximum quality in every repetition, not just volume. Next, we'll break down how to build your first touch in your solo sessions. So, your first touch is one of the most important skills every footballer should spend time mastering. It's literally the first thing they teach kids in any academy. Because in a real match, if you can't control the ball, the moment it comes to you, you've already lost. Before you can dribble, pass, or shoot, you need to receive the ball. And if your touch is poor, you'll always be a step behind. It doesn't matter how fast you are, how strong your shot is. If you can't control the ball, none of that matters. And the truth is, so many players still lack a good first touch. So let's break this down. The very first thing I want you to do is juggle every single day. There's not a single professional footballer that doesn't know how to juggle. It's not some extra skill, it's the foundation of ball control. So if you're one of those players who keeps putting it off, thinking you'll get better without it, you're wrong. Stop being lazy. Get the ball and start juggling. Now I get this question a lot. Can you give me a tutorial on the best way to juggle? And I'm going to be honest with you, that's nonsense. The best tutorial is just spending hours actually doing it. You don't need secrets, you need reps. But if I had to give you a structure, here's what I'd say. Step 1, one touch catch. Start simple, drop the ball down to your foot and kick it back into your hands. Don't overthink it. Lock your ankles, point your toes up, and keep the ball below your waist. Master the feeling of the ball connecting with your foot. Do this over and over. Step 2, multiple touches. Once that feels comfortable, go for 2 touches, then 3. Try juggling with both feet. Alternate. Mix it up. Keep your knees slightly bent and your upper body relaxed. And if you lose control, go back to step 1. Catch it, reset, and go again. Step 3, free juggling. This is where it gets real. Once you're able to juggle 30, 50, 100 touches without stopping, you're building true relationship with the ball. I would suggest you to do at least 30 minutes of juggling every single day, and then have one day a week where you go even deeper. On that day, we add in more advanced drills. Drill 1, wall touches. Find a wall, pass the ball hard against it using your laces or inside of the foot, and the goal is to stop it with one clean touch. Control it, pass again, repeat over and over for 20 minutes. This simulates what happens in a match: fast passes, unpredictable rebounds, and trains your reactions and first contact. Drill 2, wall juggling. This is like a variation of normal juggling, but with a twist. You juggle, then hit the ball against the wall and control it again while keeping the rhythm going. Use your thighs, your chest, your feet, all parts of your body. It forces you to adapt instantly, and that's what first touch is really about: adapting. Drill 3, long ball cushion plus pass. Here's another one. Just kick the ball high into the air yourself. Control it calmly with one touch and pass it immediately to a target, a cone, a wall, anything. Then repeat. This helps you master high ball control and transition into play, which is something you see all the time in real matches. And here's the biggest tip I can give you. Don't rush your first touch training. Don't do it with sloppy technique. Every time you touch the ball, be intentional. Train like it's match day, like you're receiving a pass with a defender 2 meters away. Because when the real moment comes, the muscle memory will take over. And that's when you start playing like a pro. Now, let's focus on how to train your passing alone. And yes, you can absolutely get elite level passing ability without teammates. All you need is a ball and a wall. The wall gives you instant feedback. If the pass is clean, it comes back clean. If it's sloppy, the ball will fly off in weird directions, and that tells you exactly what to fix. So, here's how we structure it. Start with the basics. Begin your session with simple, rhythmic wall passing. Stand about 3 to 5 meters away. Start with one touch, passing using the inside of your foot. Get into a rhythm. Feel the ball, keep your upper body relaxed. Use both feet, even if one feels weaker. That's the point. That's actually how you improve the weak foot. We're training the mind to be confident with both. Then go for 2-touch passing. Now start mixing the passing surfaces. Laces, sole, inside, outside. Football is unpredictable. Your passes need to adapt. Start doing pass plus turn drills. You pass the ball to the wall, and as soon as it returns, you take a touch to turn, like you're receiving it in a match, and spinning out from pressure. Practice turning to both sides. 1-touch turn, 2-touch turn. The goal is to be smooth, balanced, and ready to accelerate out of the turn. Next drill, juggle plus wall pass. You juggle the ball, and just when it hits the ground, you pass it to the wall. Just like in a real game where the ball is bouncing awkwardly and you need to control the tempo. You can even try juggle, wall pass, control, and juggle again as a loop. Another great one is moving wall passes. Instead of staying in one spot, start moving sideways along the wall while doing continuous passes. It simulates match rhythm. And the biggest tip I'll give you, every time you pass the ball, even to a wall, pretend it's a teammate in a game. That's the point of the video. You need more intention in your training sessions. Now let's talk about finishing, because finishing is just like juggling. The more you practice it, the more powerful and precise you become. There's no secret to it. You don't need perfect form. You need repetition. You need to feel. You need to create that mind-foot connection that allows you to hit the ball clean without even thinking. So here's how we do it. First, get a ball and start juggling. Position yourself on the pitch where you normally play. If you're a winger, go to the wing. Imagine receiving a pass from a fullback or a midfielder, just like in a real match. If you're a striker, stand with your back to goal, simulate a pass into your feet, and turn to shoot. You're building habits that match your position. That's how you make training translate into performance. Now here's the drill. After a few juggles, kick the ball up and let it drop. As it comes down, your goal is to turn with a perfect touch and strike it clean without waiting. Don't aim, just shoot. Because in a real match, defenders don't give you the luxury of setting the ball perfectly. You need to be comfortable shooting fast, off balance, off the first or second touch, and hitting the target anyway. You can do this against a wall, or if you have access to a goal, even better, and switch up the angles. Left side, right side, central. Volley with the laces, inside foot finish, low driven shots, quick turns, and toe pokes. Get creative with it. As promised, here's a weekly training plan example based on someone who already trains 3 times per week with a team. So we structure the remaining 4 days to activate instinct, develop technique, and restore the body properly. Take a screenshot. Now, I've said enough in this video, but before we end, I want to leave you with a quick reminder. If you're still watching right now, you're not like the 90% of players who clicked away after the first minute. You're still here, you're still hungry, and that already puts you in a different category. You deserve to reach your dreams. Because you're not wasting time scrolling, you're looking for ways to improve, to level up, to become the best version of yourself. But remember, this game wasn't meant to be played in fear or with restrictions. Don't lock yourself in the gym. Don't lose touch with the ball. Fall in love with football again. Go outside, touch the ball, play freely, play instinctively. That's how you truly grow. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Also, if you haven't already, download the free ebooks in the description. One about flow state, the other about fascia training. Those 2 together could change your game forever. Keep hitting the protocol, and I'll see you in the next one. Take action.